The galactic station Nexus 7 hummed with the usual cacophony of 1,000 species conducting their daily routines. In the communal wing, where beings from across the stars lived in uneasy harmony, Mara Solon stood in her cramped kitchen module, staring at ingredients that would have made any Earth chef weep with joy. She'd been stationed here for 6 months now, the only human among creatures who considered nutrition paste the height of culinary achievement. The Zetharians ate compressed mineral blocks, the Velcros absorbed radiation, and the Krylon, the massive, fur-covered species that dominated 3 sectors, consumed pre-processed protein cylinders that smelled like recycled starship filters. Myra missed food. Real food. Today, she'd decided to do something about it. The supply freighter had brought spices, real vegetables grown in hydroponic bays, and actual chicken lab-grown, but close enough to the real thing that her heart had nearly burst when she saw it. She was going to make curry, proper Earth curry, and nobody was going to stop her. The kitchen door chimed. Mira ignored it, focused on dicing onions with the precision of someone who'd spent years perfecting their grandmother's recipe. The door chimed again. "It's open," she called, not looking up. The door slid aside with a soft hiss, and Myra heard the distinctive pad-pad of Krylon paws on the metal flooring. She glanced over her shoulder and found herself face-to-face with cub Rishi, the youngling from the dwelling 3 modules down. Rishi was small for a Krylon, only about the size of an Earth bear cub with russet fur that caught the station's artificial light like burnished copper. His 3 eyes blinked in sequence, and his triangular ears perked forward with unmistakable curiosity. "Human Myra," Rishi chittered, his translator rendering the complex harmonics of Krylon's speech into flat standard. "What is that smell?" Myra smiled. She'd noticed Rishi watching her before, always curious, always asking questions that his elders dismissed. "I'm cooking, Rishi. It's something humans do with food." "Cooking?" The cub tilted his head, a gesture that looked oddly canine despite his distinctly alien features. "The application of thermal energy to nutritional matter?" "Elder Pactho says this is primitive and inefficient." "Elder Pactho eats protein cylinders that taste like sadness," Mira countered, turning back to her stove. She added the onions to the heated pan, and they sizzled with a sound that was pure music. "Watch this," she added garlic, ginger, and then the spices turmeric, cumin, coriander, garam masala. The kitchen exploded with aroma, a symphony of scent that no nutrition paste could ever replicate. Rishi's nose, a complex affair with 6 separate nostrils flared wide. He took 3 steps closer, completely transfixed. What is happening?" "This," Myra said with no small amount of pride, "is the Maillard reaction. Chemistry, biology, and art all working together. This is why humans cook." She added tomatoes, coconut milk, and finally the chicken. The curry began to simmer, filling the small space with warmth and complexity. Myra had just started to relax when the door chimed again. And again, and again. Within 5 minutes, her kitchen was packed with Krylon cubs. 7 of them, all drawn by the smell like moths to flame. They perched on every available surface, their eyes wide, their translator devices chattering in a dozen languages as they tried to describe what they were experiencing. "It's like ... like the sunrise on Kryla Prime," one cub exclaimed. "No, it's like the singing forests," another countered. Rishi, emboldened by being there first, had climbed onto the counter next to Myra's cutting board. "Human Myra, may I?" "May I taste?" Myra looked at the assembled cubs, then at her curry. She'd made enough for herself with leftovers for a week. But looking at those eager alien faces, she couldn't refuse. "All right," she said, searching for bowls, "but small portions first. I don't know how your biology handles Earth spices." She needn't have worried. The moment the first cub tasted the curry carefully, tentatively, its ears shot straight up, and it made a sound that the translator couldn't quite render. Pure, unfiltered joy. The others crowded in immediately, and Myra found herself serving curry to an increasingly excited pack of alien children. They ate with an enthusiasm that would have made any Earth grandmother proud, their previous lives of protein cylinders clearly never having prepared them for actual flavor. "More?" Rishi asked hopefully, his bowl already empty. The small one has officially declared himself a flavor tester, another cub announced with great solemnity. Then I declare myself flavor tester also, another chimed in. And I! And I! Within moments, all 7 cubs had proclaimed themselves official flavor testers, a title that Myra suspected had significant cultural weight among the Krylon, though she couldn't quite parse why the cubs were all making their ears droop and rise in synchronized patterns. The door chimed one final time, and Elder Pactho himself entered, his silver fur marking his status. He took one look at the seen 7 cubs, covered in curry, chattering excitedly about thermal reactions and flavor profiles, and his expression would have curdled milk. "What," he rumbled, "is the meaning of this?" Rishi, showing more courage than any cub his age should possess, stood up as straight as his small frame allowed. "Elder Pactho, we have made a discovery. Humans do not merely consume nutrition, they create experience. They transform base matter into something that speaks to the spirit as well as the body." Pactho's ears flattened, a sign of extreme displeasure. Ridiculous, inefficient, primitive. Myra, who'd been quietly ladling curry into one more bowl, set it down in front of the elder. "Then you won't want to try it?" The cubs fell silent. Pactho stared at the bowl, his 3 eyes narrowing. Then, with the air of someone accepting a dangerous challenge, he took a single, small bite. His ears shot up so fast Myra thought they might achieve orbit. 3 days later, Myra's kitchen had become the most popular location in the residential wing. The cubs now officially designated as the Flavor Testing Council by Krylon Custom visited daily. Elder Pactho had requisitioned a larger cooking space for her and had quietly asked if she might consider teaching thermal nutritional preparation techniques to interested parties. Rishi, perched as always on his favorite counterspot, watched Myra prepare pasta carbonara with the intensity of a student watching a master. "Human Myra," he chittered. "My clutch mother says that humans are strange because they waste time on unnecessary complexity." Myra smiled, grating fresh parmesan. "And what do you think, Rishi?" The cub's ears did that complicated flutter that meant he was thinking deeply. "I think humans understand something we forgot. That life is not merely about efficiency. It is about joy." Myra reached over and gently scratched behind one russet ear. "Kid, you're going to go far." Outside, the station hummed. Species mingled, the galaxy turned. And in one small kitchen, a human cooked while cubs declared themselves testers of wonders their ancestors had never imagined. Some bridges between species, it turned out, were built not with treaties or trade, but with curry, curiosity, and the simple act of sharing a meal.